For starters, the writer of this thing is Mark Miller, the guy responsible for... Okay, just because I made the joke that one time and I forgot to do it last week doesn't mean it's a thing. Anyway, Mark Miller, of all people, was tapped to write this. For your benefit, here's a short list of comics Mark Miller has created. Wanted, a widely panned series about supervillains having already conquered the world and is considered overly depressing and needlessly mean-spirited. The Unfunnies, where children's cartoon characters discover more adult material thanks to a murderous cartoonist who manages to get away with all his crimes without consequence. Nemesis, a story where a supervillain kidnaps the children of a police officer, artificially inseminates the daughter using the son's sperm, then rigs her womb to completely collapse if she tries to have an abortion. Yes, seriously. Okay. I'm being a little facetious here. These were all written after Trouble, and Mark Miller has just as many stories that are uplifting or generally positive and great as he does messed up and thoroughly horrible. But you get my point though, right? This is the guy you tap for reviving romance comics? I mean, even the promotional material for Trouble pointed at the fact that Mark Miller had written Kick-Ass. And spoilers, if you've only seen the movie, the comic version is considerably less pleasant than the film, with the romance subplot actually ending with the title character being rejected by his love interest and punched by her boyfriend. This is the guy that you decided would revive romance comics? This is the guy who you wanted to attract women to comics? Number 12, from Trouble Number 1. A minor point, but since the introductions of any given episode are usually meant to be more informative, when I give inaccurate information, I need to correct myself. During the introduction, when I was talking about Mark Miller and how terrible a choice he would be to bring back romance comics, I stated that the promotional material for Trouble pointed out how he was the writer of Kick-Ass. And it seems that basic fact-checking is beyond my puny little brain, since all I would have to do to realize that wasn't the case was to look up the fact that Kick-Ass came out 4 years after Trouble. Yeah, I was basing it off of this ad, which I presume was actually for the trade collection of Trouble that I think came out in 2011? I say I think because that's when it's listed on Amazon.com, and it makes more sense to promote Kick-Ass at that point. Which really goes to show how desperate they were for something positive to promote about Trouble. Hey, like this violent superhero story? Well, then you'll love this story about how May Parker wanted to bang a guy in a Mickey Mouse suit.